Hi, this is Dana, and on this channel I speak about spiritual warfare. You guys, I'm picking up the last topic. Uh, After I finished the previous video, God told me that now you have to talk to people about how they deal with this type of attack. For me, it's still morning, and I'm still recovering from some attacks which I received at dream time. So I will try to be coherent in tackling this. The one thing, of course, as I said, this is very painful, and the most important, I think, for me at least, the most important message is that when you deal with this, first of all, you must understand that this is an attack which affects you on cellular level, because it aims to transform your DNA. But so it affects your cellular level. For this reason, when you encounter this kind of attack, you need to eat meat, as opposed to common knowledge, which is spread by church. You don't always succeed in spiritual fighting by fasting. There are only specific type of forces for which you gain advantage from fasting, but there are specific type of attacks for which you need to eat meat. You must understand this, and this is one of these attacks. Because again, the answer is that it aims to attack you on cellular level. So the cells are being attacked. Your immunity is being attacked, basically. Now, energy cleanup is essentially in this, of course. And you need to do energy cleanup. But in the initial phase, when this attack is being done, there's a lot of pain. And the most dramatic impact is that it's an instant enforcement of a number of symptoms on your body. So basically, it's not just one attack. It's just you encounter instantly a number of attacks instantly. And you register the symptoms, of course, with dismay, because it changes completely your perception of yourself. This is one of the most important things in dealing with this kind of attack. And for me, for example, when I received this attack during conscious spiritual fighting, the initial shock was that things which for me were very easy to do, all of a sudden I couldn't do them to the extent that I used to. Individuals who were attacking me and normally were way beneath my power, so they couldn't actually generate an energy effect on me. I could see their attack, but I didn't feel it, because I was much stronger than them. And instantly after this implant, basically they seem huge to you. So it's a shift in your perception. Also, you must know that in this place where I explained that this implant is being inserted, it's if you Google it, you will see that there is a certain nerve which basically deals with perception of self. So it basically changes your perception of yourself and of others according to whatever they request to be inserted to you. Of course, one of the things will be obviously to make you feel like you're powerless in their face and that they are very strong, So they aim basically to alter your self-perception and the willpower. Because of course, if your self-confidence is being affected, your willpower stands to be affected as well. Normally, it depends. Me, for example, I am a very stubborn person, and I have very clear convictions. And because I'm very analytical person. So if I know I'm powerful, even if you prove me that I don't have power, I won't believe you. Because I know myself and I know that I'm powerful. right? So then I will seek to analyze the situation until I understand what the fuck happened that all of a sudden I don't have power. You see what I mean? So it depends also, and this is, for example, God has shown to me that this is one of the traits which actually helped me go through tremendous attacks, namely the willpower. And also, the willpower is connected, as I said, with the way you deal with life. Me being an analytical person, I always sought to know myself, to have certain clear understanding of people around me, of situations, and so on and so forth. Therefore, even when this attack by surprise comes, I already have a very clear set of convictions and knowledge. And for this reason, it's not easy to unbalance me or to convince me of something which essentially is bringing a completely new reality to me, because I have been analyzing the reality before. I know the reality before. So to me, if it's such a sudden change in the situation, then I will tend to analyze what exactly happened and what changed the situation, right? But of course, as I said before, that depends a lot on the way you deal with life and with issues. As I said, I have always, since ever, I have been very good in dealing with crisis situations, and in my profession, this has been a huge advantage for me, and this is also why I was many times required to be in charge of large teams dealing with issues which were way beyond the position, official position that I had in the institution. So normally that was not part of my job description, but I will always be offered tasks and projects which were way beyond my job description, and of course they were not remunerated as well, but I always treated them as challenge, and I enjoyed dealing with them because I enjoyed the outcome, producing outcome, and this actually proved to be a very good exercise for me in terms of how you manage energy, because in a crisis situation it's always a matter of how you manage energy in order to focus and produce outcome, deliver in time. And of course, if you allow emotions to drag you from the focus of your project, then you lose. This is also why I was very careful in choosing my team, and I was always trying to push out everyone who was negative, not because I had something against that individual, just because I didn't want that individual to affect my project and my ability to manage the team. Okay, so this is one thing very important. First, that you have to eat meat. So this is very important for you to in order to first of all to gain the energy level, because it's draining. It's extremely draining you. Then of course you have to slowly start pushing out that energy. You have to do energy work. Normally, for example, I would do mystic prayer and sport, a lot of sport. Usually when I dealt with this kind of attacks, even if I was not aware of the spiritual dimension of it, I could feel it energetically, and I would always have periods of time when I would, as I said, go to gym daily. I would spend, this is something that God told me to say. I would spend 3 hours daily in gym. But I want to emphasize something. When I say gym, for me, and I'm only giving my example, but as I understand, this is important. I do for at least 1 hour cardio. Only cardio. So I'm not going to gym to do socializing. So this is very important, actually. God is showing to me, speak about your gym routine. This is very important, because if you go to gym only to show your outfit, to flirt with people and to socialize with people. This is very detrimental. This is very detrimental. If you go to gym to clean your energy, then fucking focus. Focus on cleaning your energy. And what that means in my routine is that I don't focus on lifting weights. I don't focus on, and particularly I'm avoiding as much as possible trainers. Because if you're supposed to clean the energy, anyone who comes close to you will impact on your energy, and essentially provides the opportunity for body jumping. So whatever spirits or demons or whatever are attached to that attack, instead of pushing them out, those demons jump into the body of the trainer, and he's gonna be annoying you and feeding on you. This is very detrimental. In gym, usually I don't speak to anyone. I swear, this is not a joke. I don't like to speak to anyone. And if somebody comes my way, which happened, particularly when I was in Berlin, because there was one gym where many of the people from the diplomatic corps will come, and they will tend to talk to you, you know. And I would usually just wear clothes in such a way so nobody would notice that it's me. So trying to sort of cover myself in such a way so nobody will notice that it's me. And if they will know that it's me and will come to talk to me, which happened often, I will just tell them, please leave me alone to do my routine. Maybe in a more polite ways, but I would say, okay, I will talk to you after I'm done. Can you let me finish this? And then I will avoid them. I will not go talk to them anyway. So the point is, when I say you go to gym to do your routine in order to clean energy, then you fucking focus on cleaning your energy. You don't waste time in gym. You don't entertain others. You don't go. If you go to any of the gym programs, any of them, you know, because I had many times different gym trainers that would ask me, come to my class. And I was like, no, because he's taking charge of the energy. The trainer, be it a male or a woman, he or she are imposing their energy control over the room. So you're just following someone. That is not the purpose. This is not why you went to the gym. You went to the gym in order to clean your energy from everybody and to focus on your energy. When you get out of the gym, I always recommend you do sauna after that. But when you get out of there, then your energetic space should be closed. It should be just you with yourself in your energy. This is very important. If you do any other way, in my perception, is the wrong way to do it, and then you go for no reason. I mean, you don't gain anything. Cleaning your energy, first of all, cardio is very important. Cardio is very important, and I recommend cardio 1 hour at least, 1 hour and a half if possible. But you can increase gradually. If you cannot do it 1 hour from the very beginning, you can do half an hour first and then switch to as much as possible until you reach 1 hour. And that will be a time when I would say that you actually do energy cleanup. And after you have done 1 hour of energy cleanup, then you start creating your own routine of aerobics. And I don't recommend weights. Just maybe I used a little bit of weights for arms, but this is only because this is the mandatory for women in order to have a nice shape when you wear sleeveless dresses and stuff like this. But not much. I'm telling you, not much. Not really lifting weights and stuff like this. No, that's not the point. Because it's entirely different when you do lifting weights. I don't know how to explain this, but you hold the energy in your body in order to focus on lifting that up. That's not the purpose why you go to gym. When you do energy cleanup, you're doing it in order to push the energy out. This is why cardio is important. You're pushing the energy out. You're not supposed, when you do weight lifting, you focus your whole and your entire energy, and you close your space in order to focus on lifting that. You don't focus on pushing out energy. It's an entirely different story. So that is not helpful for cleaning your energy. Uh, Again, cardio is extremely helpful because this is cleaning all your upper chakras. It's cleaning all your upper chakras doing cardio. And I usually use a machine for cardio. I don't know, I don't remember how it's called. But that's the only machine that I'm using, not even bicycle. But a machine which allows me basically, is the one that, it's not the stepper, but is the, I don't remember how you call it. It's also not the band on which you run. It's the standing up stepper bicycle type of thing. I don't remember the name exactly now. Maybe I will check it out and I will, but it's very common item. Usually you find it in any gym room. But that's a type of cardio which basically allows you to push the energy out. It's the one that is climbing, and it has different programs. You do climbing, you do stepping, you do walking, you do running, whatever. But you do this standing up, right? And sometimes you have the opportunity, if you like to, also working with your arms. You have the two things that you use with your hands. So essentially that is cleaning up all your upper chakras. This is essential to clean up your upper chakras because this is the way you do transmutation, by sending the energy upwards. Okay, this is transmutation you always do with God. So for this reason you send everything to your crown chakra, upper chakra. Now once you cleaned that, you do how you call aerobic exercises, but again by yourself. You don't go to class. You, of course, you can go to class to learn moves if you do not know them, but I have done sport all my life since I was teenager, before high school. So I already had always my routine from a very young age, from different parts of my life. Before high school I also did professional volleyball, so I had my own routine created by choosing different exercises at different times in my sport experience. So I didn't go, because if you stay in class, again I'm telling you, the whoever is the trainer takes hold of the energy and imposes a rhythm and the focus for you, takes control of your energy, because you're following that person. So you're not watching and observing your body and your energy and what you need to work on. So that's, you defy the purpose why you went there if you do this. You can do it, but it doesn't count. It just doesn't count as cleaning up energy properly. And after 1 hour or 1 hour and a half of cardio, you do aerobic exercises which you choose, yeah, to deal with lower chakras mainly. You focus on lower chakras in aerobics because you already cleaned your upper chakras, right? So you do specific exercises related to lower chakras and feet and so on. And then I recommend sauna, of course, because sauna also takes out toxins from your body. So this is also very important. But I emphasize the fact that going to gym to clean your energy, it should be an exercise of you being with yourself. It shouldn't be something social. And if somebody tries to, because there are many people who waste time on the gym, and there are many people who go to gym actually to pick up men or women or stuff, which is so stupid to me. But anyhow, so you need to avoid those if you really want to clean up your energy, because they will interfere with your energy, and you end up picking up darkness from others instead of cleaning the darkness which you already have. So this is very important. And I know that it's difficult sometimes because people insist on coming and talking, and they don't understand. You try politely to tell them, okay, let me please finish this and I will talk to you afterwards. No, they will come again and they will talk to you and they will, let's go do together this. You just go fuck off. It's just there are these people who go for socializing, and therefore they will not allow you to. But I think also, to my mind, that they have some sort of demons in them, which you need to actually feed on somebody. They are in gym and they don't know what to do with themselves. They go to others instead of doing whatever the fuck they came to do. Anyhow, so the point is, this is about that, because God told me to talk about the routine, because God showed me that many people are doing gym the wrong way, or at least they're doing gym for different purposes, but it's not useful for energy cleanup. Okay, any kind of group activity, if you go do sport, like I was doing volleyball or something else. I was doing volleyball and I was the captain of the team. I got more darkness. I was picking up more darkness there than you can imagine, because people in my team were doing stupid shit, and I was responsible for them all the time. So instead of cleaning my energy, actually I was leaving that place full of dark energy from their stupid shit, and from the trainer being angry at us and punishing all of us, and all the stupid shit that they were doing. So this is what I'm telling you. I know from experience all the team sports and all the socializing related to the sport and so on, that is detrimental to cleaning your energy. So you need to focus on cleaning your energy. When I say go to gym to clean your energy, this is what you have to have in mind, what I described in this video, okay? And again, you do cardio. And I tell you, if you do this systematically, actually a trainer gave me this information a long time ago, that you can actually heal all, you balance your energy and your body to such an extent that you actually heal specific diseases. He actually was a trainer to a president in Romania, and I just met him in a gym class, and he told me this. He saw me on this cardio machine, and he said, this is very good that you're doing this, because I actually had clients whom came to me with heart conditions, and they healed themselves by doing this. And he actually gave me a few tips, very useful, and a few exercises. He showed me a few exercises. But I didn't do classes with him or anything. He was just, I don't even understand. He was just being there watching the room. I don't know what he was doing. But he seemed to have a lot of expertise in the field. And the advices he gave me, actually, some of them I did use, because they were very useful. So this is pertaining this. Then the food. As I said, you must eat meat when you get these kind of attacks. Now, God says talk about the spiritual dimension to it. Now, it's 23 minutes already. Spiritual dimension to it, of course, you have to start fighting it, because at the end of the day, I mean, all I'm telling you now, or I have been telling you so far, is about crisis management, okay? So this kind of attack is a surprise attack, because it's... as I said, it covers your all functions of your body. And you need to deal with the energy, because it's really painful. You cannot even think. And you can have different symptoms in your body, depending on what chakra is being attacked. For example, God showed me to explain, after I finished the previous video, that the type of attack that I encountered in 2006, aiming the heart, which led to actually even diagnosis by a doctor of some sort, can kill you. God actually said to me, they aimed to kill you. This is the type of attack which generates heart attack. So they have infarct, heart attack. People who went through infarct and heart attack because of this type of energy attack done by Masonry. And God has shown to me many, many times that many convents actually make judgments over people that are very high level power, and they cannot reach them with a normal gang stalking attack. They go to Masonry and they ask the Masonry to create this kind of attack on individuals. They say, we judge this individual and he did this and this against our convent, and we ask for your help. God showed me. We ask for your help in order to punish her because she, whatever, they invent something. So they do this on people, and this is very serious. It can have tremendous impact on your health. It can lead to death. This is not joking. This is really serious. The spiritual dimension to it is that God has shown me that always when they do this, again, they want to change your DNA. They want to change your identity. So many times is because they already created slander on your name and judgment on you for untruthful things. So like in 2018, I experienced this kind of attack. This one with the DNA transformation and implant, energetic implant, essentially. And they said, because they said that she's immoral, she has relations with men, which was stupid and a lie, because there was a long time since I was actually celibate at the time for a long time. I was celibate for a long time. Actually, I didn't have any relations with anyone. And actually, I just moved outside of the city because of the creep who kept harassing me in the city, and he kept recruiting everybody in my block, at my workplace, everywhere. So then I said, fuck off, I'm just gonna move. If you recruited everyone here and I cannot have my peace and quiet in a block because you talk with the doorman, you talk with the cleaning lady, you talk with the administrator, you talk with everybody, and everybody around me is just watching me to give you information what I do. So then I got angry. I said, fine, I'm selling my apartment and I'm gonna buy my own house, and there will be no doorman, there will be no administrator, and nobody will be able to tell you and stuff like this. So I did this. I moved out. Anyhow, the point is, I was in no relation at that point, and that was 2016. It was 12 years since my divorce. So I was single. So they said they created this lie. They created the doppelganger next door, which she was doing with them rituals, all sorts of rituals, and all this, which God says, ritualic ceremonies and religious spirituality, and I don't know how he says ritualic practices, but I just call it prostitution. Excuse me. This is I don't understand this attempt to always try to find elegant ways to put it, and this has been explained to me what they do by the priest of the monastery here in Cernica. They know. It is known that they are doing this, so they did this against me. So they created this implant in order to change my DNA, to transform me in whoever they want me to be. So this is the spiritual dimension that God wants me to point out, that when they do this, usually they do it because you're at a very high level of power and they cannot reach you by normal attacks. And while they do this, they aim, that's why it's called the change of DNA. They aim to transform you, to transform your identity, and to make you become who they want you to be. Like to transform you into them, like some sort of prostitute doing rituals and stuff like this, also God has shown to me insistently, even before I started the video, to say that this type of attack is done to most of the people that are part of the convent, and it's God has shown to me that it's being inserted in order to generate obedience, fearfulness of authority, because this is another thing, that accusation that they used against me, that I don't respect authority. What the fuck kind of authority you have? You're some creep worshipping the Satan and doing prostitution. What authority you have in my face? Who acknowledged you? Who gave you authority? Which power endorsed you as authority? This is really stupid, and these people, I don't understand all of these people who actually play this game of craziness. To be honest, at this point in time, I also don't understand God. Why is he not punishing all of them once and for all? Because this is just too stupid for me. So they do this in order to insert in you whatever they want. Do you see? To make you do whatever they want, because they aim by doing so to take control over you and to force you to do certain things which they didn't succeed to impose on you by usual gang stalking, Yeah, which is stupid. So the spiritual dimension God has shown to me is that, because I was upset with God when this happened, and I said, what is this? Why don't you take this away from me? What kind of attack is this? And why is this all of the sudden changed? And they reach me with these attacks, because they never reached me before. And God didn't answer, so I was upset with him. So I started fighting it off with Jesus. God said, actually, this is important. God shows me to tell you. God said, stay in the house. Don't leave the house. And I got angry, so I asked Jesus, I want to leave the house. I don't care what he says. I want to leave the house. I don't understand how these people can attack me and they can actually touch me, because they were sending attacks at me, and all of a sudden they could reach me, with their stupid rituals and their stuff. So I said, no, I'm leaving. So I left the house. I actually explained in a video that I didn't sleep at home for a few months. Actually, I went because the attacks were too strong. And God said, stay there and learn to withstand the darkness. No, I said, fuck darkness. I'm leaving. I don't care. I'm going with Jesus, and I don't stay here for them to touch me. You understand? I'm leaving. And I left. I went to the church. I asked the priest, what is this? The priest explained to me. The priest was very relaxed, actually. He said, you shouldn't mind it because your level of power is way beyond them. Excuse me. They can attack me. What the fuck? You all are so relaxed about this. I want this to stop. Why is everybody so relaxed about them doing this? And I told him, listen to me. I am not forgiving anyone. I ask punishment on everyone. And I know you people at church, you keep saying about forgiveness. Don't you dare talk about forgiveness to me now in this circumstance. And he smiled and he said, of course, it's your right to claim judgment on them. And anyhow, I explained in another video the discussion I had with him. He explained to me about fallen angels, about stuff. Okay, so, and then I continued my fight with Jesus. But I didn't come home for a while. And indeed, this, energetically speaking, and I released some of the symptoms of this before I returned home, because I didn't want to stay here while they had this power. Now, later on, God has shown me why he wanted me to stay indoors. And of course, God came and taught me how to work with energy, how to transmute from strictly energetical point of view, and how to do the energy diagnosis and how to work with that. That was a different phase already, but in the initial phase, I didn't. I couldn't cope with it. It was very strong, and I was not. First of all, I was not at peace with the fact that that existed in my energy. First of all, I was like, no shit, I'm not doing this. I'm just leaving. The problem is when you leave, when you're outdoors. This is what God was trying to avoid. When you are outdoors, you don't feel the energetic attack so strongly, of course. But the problem is also that you don't control the energy so much. So you in isolation, you're much more able to make a diagnosis of what is going on and to isolate darkness and push it out. Okay, so this is why God wanted me to stay indoors. I didn't understand then. I was just very angry and all panicked. And I said, I'm leaving. Something is very wrong here, and I'm leaving. At some point, actually, I told God, I said, I don't even know who you are exactly. I'm not quite sure that you're my God. I don't know who you are. So I just left with Jesus, and Jesus actually agreed with me to leave because he knew that the attacks were just too strong, and that it's affecting me, and that I need to find my way to cope with it, and then to be to understand what is going on, so I can actually manage it. Okay, but the fact of the matter is the spiritual dimension that God points out to me to share right now is that in the initial phase, this is very strong energetically until you succeed in pushing out some of the darkness, and you get used with what it's done. That's it. That is a paradigm shift, God says to me now. That is a paradigm shift when you enter a different level of consciousness, and basically one of the things actually that I did not appreciate, but God said this is so, was that God said in the initial phase, you defeated by who you are. So they implemented that on you, and God showed me the judgment they made in order to force you to do all the things which they judged you for, but you never did them. This is why they employed a double ganger, and they invested in this woman to do all of this prostitution in your name. So you have to confront them and fight this off, because they are creating this karma for you, and you're not even present, just because this woman is claiming to be you. And basically God said, that the first part of the spiritual dimension is that you, or any other light worker in my place, break that bondage by who you are. Namely, they say that you do rituals with them, that you worship Satan, and that you do this ritualic prostitution, or whatever you want to call it. And so they put this implant on you in order to force you to do that. But because after the implant you don't do that, and you rejected it, and first thing was for you to go to church to ask advice, and to go there daily, and even actually I at some point when this got really bad, I actually asked if it's possible that I stay at the monastery for a week, because I didn't know what to do. So God said, by who you are, by the choices you make under those attacks, you already defeat them, because you prove them wrong. And this is very weird, I'm telling you, because God has very weird way of looking at things. And he says, for me, this is most important. Imagine, this is most important, because you prove that although you don't even know what kind of attack was done on you, by the choices you made, you prove who you are, that you are not who they say, first of all. Second of all, you prove your power. Even with the type of attack that they did on you, you still didn't do what they wanted you to do. So for me, this is an important phase in proving them wrong, and rolling back the forces because this is you gaining authority in front of the darkness which they sent to you. So God said this is very important phase in spiritual dimension. And of course, afterwards, you have to learn to do the bondage breaking, namely to understand who did what, who sent what, for what purpose, using what type of accusations and what kind of authority, what actually they aim to do, claim justice, judgment, and punishment, and just basically make justice for yourself. Yeah. That's the second part. The initial part, though, I already gave you the information about how you deal with it energetically. And if you don't go to gym, for example, in those months when I slept outside of the house, I actually slept in my car in a public place because I was afraid of them. So I went in a public place where there was security 24 hours a day, security people. And I kept my car parked there, and I actually was sleeping at night in my car. And I would come home only once a day to feed my dog and to see that my dog is okay, because I couldn't keep Lucky in the car like this. And during the day, I would do a lot of exercise again. So the part of doing a lot of exercise is extremely important, physical exercise, in order to push this out. It's very, very important. Even if I didn't go to gym, because Jesus said not to go to gym. Now looking backwards, of course, that was not a good time for me to go to gym, because there were too many people around. So I just walked. I would walk 16 hours a day. So during that time, I would just simply walk and clean energy and do my spiritual fighting. And of course, I also did many other things, like I did the complaint at that Intel of agency. Anyhow, Jesus guided me where to go, basically, and what to do. That's the point. But you have to do physical exercise. So that I already covered what you do, energetically speaking, but you also have to take some measures in terms of spiritual fighting. That is claiming justice, judgment, and punishment. This is essential. You have to start doing that immediately, because I went to church. I was really getting panicked, because it was all crazy around me in the house. So I went one evening to church and I asked God, I said, what is going on? Why is this happening? And God said to me, it's because you gave undeserved forgiveness. This is why. Okay, so this is the spiritual dimension. Part of the spiritual dimension is you being yourself and keeping control over your decisions. This will prove that you do not become who they want you to be. And then you do the spiritual fighting to break the bondage and to roll them back. Okay, I'm gonna stop now because it seems like somebody is annoying my dogs. I don't know who. I can guess though. So this is so far what I remember to share with you about dealing with this. Also, you have to be aware that this doesn't go away instantly. This is not one of the energetic attacks which you can push out from your energetic field easily. This is a strenuous process of spiritual fighting, and you must be aware that this is going to be with you for a while, and you're just going to have to learn to gain authority in face of those darkness which they send, which they actually implement through that implant, and you have to roll back all of those forces and claim punishment on them. Yeah, so this will be part of a bondage that you have to break. So you must do the ancestral healing in order to understand when and who from your lineage went through this and stuff like this. So you have to start working basically on bondage breaking. That's the bottom line, right? Okay, I hope what I shared with you is helpful, both in terms of energy cleanup, but also in terms of spiritual dimension of carrying on this fight. And of course, I'll see you in the next video.